Hello and welcome to this review of Gibson Vineyards Port, California Port from Sanger, California, which is just a few miles southeast of Fresno, California. Years ago I bought a bottle of this from Dorgnax. I think it was the Gibson Vineyards Marsala. Like the cobalt blue label, and it was rancid. It was $4.99 and I threw it out. I dumped the whole bottle out. I think I still have that video posted. Then I told the guy at Dorgnax, I said, this stuff was rancid. After, and he said, well, people cook with it a lot. And I'm thinking, well, what does that have to do with it being rancid? Anyway, I just thought that was a crazy thing to say. Anyway, Mathern's got these in recently. The Gibson's Vineyard products. Gibson Vineyards established 1939. Gibson Wine Company. It's a cooperative, actually. It's owned by different growers. I think they said on the website they got 23 owners. But anyway, the guy that started the company, they say loved birds. He had the largest private collection of exotic birds in the United States, Mr. Gibson. And so they always put the bird on their different labels. They have very expensive wines, also not just these basic ones, and a very exotic, beautiful paintings on the bottle, always bird themed. So Mathern's got these in. They got this port, the sherry, and the cream sherry. Now they only show the sherry on the Gibson's Vineyards label. They don't show sherry and cream sherry, but they might have a whole line of sherries. They might have cocktail sherry, dry sherry, cooking. Good for cooking sherry. So anyway, when you look this up on their website, it just says port is part of our dessert wine portfolio. That's all they say. 18%. 18%. I wouldn't recommend drinking too much. It's got, there's your olive green bottle. Many of your dessert wines will be in the olive green bottles. You'll notice with Taylor from New York, their dessert wines. So these were $8.99 each for the port, the sherry, and the cream sherry. And I got some other upcoming things. Harvey's Solera Sherry, the Bristol Cream. We'll get to that. Got the oak leaf, got the Bacardi Major Laser. And that's another story. These are all other stories, but they're pretty interesting stories. All of them. Especially the Major Laser. Okay, whoa, Burgundy, beautiful wine, Burgundy, translucent, the light coming through it, got some nice alcohol legs. Some states, I think like New York, an 18% wine has to be sold in a liquor store. In Louisiana, it's kind of wide open. Every grocery store, convenience store, and gas station, it sells beer, wine, and liquor. Walmart, they have their liquor section. You don't have to say, I want that one. You just grab it off the shelf like a box of cereal or a box of detergent. Okay, well, this one's not rancid. They probably kept that thing on the shelf for so many years over there, Dorgnax. And they're not the only store that keeps stuff on the shelf for it seemed like eternity. It's very rich in the nose. It almost smells like a Cabernet Sauvignon. And now remember, anything below 14% in the United States law is table wine. There's two types of wine. Table wine. Anything above 14% is dessert wine. It's not a reflection of quality. It's simply a reflection of alcohol by volume. In Europe, it's different, considered different designations. It's like meat grading in the United States. The meat grades are not a reflection of like how healthy the meat is. In fact, it's a reflection of the amount of fat in the meat, how marbled it is. So your prime, your highest grade prime beef has the highest fat content. And then choice, which you would usually get at a grocery store, you couldn't get that prime at a grocery store. You'd have to go to a restaurant. That would be very high fat content. But anyway, so the leaner it is, the lower the grade, according to the U.S. government. Here, the higher the ABV, the smoker you get, the smoker you drink, the player you get. Okay. Okay, first of all, the mouthfeel is velvety. The body is heavy. It's chewy. It is very intense. And if you're used to light white wines, you'll probably gag. And but if you want a robust, beefy, take no prisoners type of approach, I take no prisoners type of approach, you probably like it. Is it really refined? Look, I don't know if it's refined. I know it's $8.99 a bottle. I know the company's been around over 80 years. I know that, and it's really older than that if you trace back their history to the 1890s, but the modern version of it. And he's talking about their employees. They really only have a few employees, and they said they have 85 people when they're doing the crush. That's what they said. We have up to 85 people employed when we're doing the crush. During this, they call it during the crush, which explains itself. So if they're not crushing the grapes, maybe they only have a few employees. Well, look at Crown Royal. Big, huge whiskey company, one of the biggest in the world, and they have less than 80 employees in Canada. Because it's all automated. Man, if you drank too much of this, you would rue the day. It would behoove you to drink less than what I poured, because it's just strong. Oh, so very strong, and it'll get you in big trouble, and it'll make you very ill. I can tell you that from experience, and you don't want to walk in those shoes. But to pour maybe a little bit more than this each day. See, I had to pour a lot for the review, but a little bit more than this each day, you'd probably be a-okay, wouldn't have any side effects, would be fine. Now, I recommend room temperature. I'm drinking this at room temperature, which is about 75 degrees. Well, here about 73. Well, it's very nice. I can't find any complaints. It's enjoyable. You might find it a little rough because it's so high ABV and it's port, and those tend to be chewy and heavy body, but that's what they are. Thomas Jefferson loved dessert wines. I think his favorite was Madeira, though. Madeira, from Madeira, Portugal, not just the style. But I'm gonna go with 89. B+, a very good product. I don't know about excellent. I don't believe it's excellent, but it is very good. B+, and anyway, it's only $8.99 a bottle. It'll last you a long time because you gotta sip it down. You can't drink too much of it. Good sharing product, I guess. Sharing, not sherry. Sharing product. So anyway, Les Relais Bon Temps Relais, a very good wine from California, and I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Sanger, like the Sanger Theater, Sanger, California, and visit the Gibson Winery.